Who is Joe Brown? Who am I? That's actually what we're talking about today. Stick around. Hi, welcome back. My name's Joe Brown. I'm a realtor with Century 21 List with Beggins, located in South Tampa. Thank you so much for being here with me today. So it's been almost 3 years that I've had a YouTube channel. And I happened to look at the very first video and thought, man, that is bad. So I thought I would refresh because you know what? I'm not the same as I was 3 years ago. Hopefully you're not the same as you were 3 years ago. So I just want to do a reintroduction of who I am. And do you know why that's important? Because if you hire me as your realtor, first of all, you have to know who I am and what I'm like and what my personality is. You have to know that you know me and you like me and you trust me, right? And so that's what this video is geared towards. Having you get to know a little bit about me so you can feel comfortable hiring me as your realtor, okay? So let's first start with my name, Joe Brown. Actually, it's Joseph Brown. My mother would insist on calling me Joseph. And I'm named after my father, who's Joseph Brown, and he was absolutely my hero, right? I have an older brother, and he says the same thing, that our dad was our hero. So, however, as I became an adult, I go by Joe Brown. And I go by Joe Brown to the point that even my wife at home calls me Joe Brown. She'll say, hey, Joe Brown, let's go do this. Joe Brown, let's do that. Ask my granddaughter, what's Papa's name? Oh, Joe Brown. Right. So I'm not sure how that happened or how that came apart, but that's my name, right? Joe Brown. So I have been very active in my church. See, after I graduated college, I started working as a youth minister at Christ the King Catholic Church, and that's where I met my wife. But I have been involved in the church for 40 years. And currently I'm the director of adult faith formation at St. Patrick's Catholic Church. So I'm very involved in the church, very involved in my faith. But career-wise, I've been dedicated to education. So working at Christ the King, I also worked in their school. I was a math teacher and a guidance counselor. Then I went into the public school system and worked as a guidance counselor, and then went into administration. I worked 4 years as an assistant principal and then 19 years as a middle school principal. Yes, you heard that right. 19 years as a middle school principal. I like to tell people that it was all drama all the time, right? But knowing I was going to retire, so in total, I spent 35 years in education. Knowing I was going to retire, I knew my personality. I had to stay busy with something. I had to continue to serve the community. And a friend of mine, Mike Hoskinson, who's a realtor in this area, was a principal, became a realtor, and I said, you know what? I'll do the same thing. That's a way for me to continue to serve the community. And so I got my real estate license and did that for a couple of years, part-time, until I retired. And since then, I've been full-time in real estate. But it was about that, my first year, that I started my YouTube channel, right? And so I look back and say, man, that was bad, but I've learned a lot. So go back to my education, right? I have 2 master's degree and a doctorate degree, and I taught at the university level for 9 years as an adjunct professor, 7 of those with St. Leo. I am committed to education because I want to be confident in what I say to people. Well, the same thing in real estate. The NAR, the National Association of Realtors, offers designations and certifications to round out a realtor's education. And I've taken several of those. They have one called the Seller Representative Specialist. And this is a course around helping sellers price their home, get their home ready to market, and market the home. There's also the Pricing Strategy Advisor, the PSA, which is strategies and the best ways to price a home. What's the most effective way of pricing the home? Also, another designation I've earned is, because I'm in this category myself, it's the Senior Real Estate Specialist. And senior means anybody 55 and older. And you think about this age group, some of these seniors have adult children moving back in with them. So sometimes they need a larger home. Or sometimes their kids move out and they're empty nesters and they want to downsize. So the Senior Real Estate Specialist goes over all the different generations and whether you're upsizing or downsizing and the different needs of seniors. Another designation is just with South Tampa being close to MacDill Air Force Base. One of the schools I was assigned to as principal served the children from MacDill Air Force Base. And so I have a strong affinity with the military base. I have contacts at the military base. And so I earned the Military Relocation Specialist to better serve the military families and veterans in this area. I also went and earned the designation for the Institute of Luxury Home Marketing. Luxury homes are anything, let's say, over $600,000, which is pretty much all of South Tampa at this point. But there's special considerations for, first of all, buyers buying the luxury home, but also sellers selling luxury homes and the marketing required. And then my current path, I've earned the Commercial Specialist designation through Century 21, and I'm continuing with my commercial real estate education. And I've done some commercial deals and going to continue doing commercial deals. And I share all this not to brag about, look at these designations I have, but it's to share with you, I'm getting this education because I want to better serve you and I want to be confident in what I share with you and what I tell you and my advice to you, right? I want to know what I'm talking about. That's very much my personality. If you're familiar with Myers-Briggs or not, look this up. I am a very strong INTJ. I'm very thoughtful. I'm intuitive. I'm a thinker. But that also means I'm not a backhander, glance slapper. Hey, let's do this. Right? I'm very even keel. Now, that's good because as deals kind of fall apart or hiccups happen, I don't get stressed out, right? It's even keel. I don't yell, I don't shout, I'm pretty even keel, right? And my teachers at school appreciated that. Hopefully my clients appreciate that as well. But think about my mentality with education. I want to be better informed to help you. Part of that is informing you about the market. And so that's why every month I share the market updates, what's happening in South Tampa. And I look at interest rates and tell you what I think is going to happen and what's just around the corner. Because I want you to be a better consumer. I want you to be knowledgeable about the market. So if somebody comes and tells you something, you can say, wait a second, that's not what Joe Brown said, right? And then you can call me and clarify or ask that other person to clarify, right? So that's why I'm doing these videos to help my community. So listen, as I said, I just wanted to reintroduce myself because I've changed as a person, I've changed as a realtor to better serve you. Reach out to me. Go to my website, joebrownc21.com. I have blogs there, links to my videos. You can search for homes. Some of my guides are there, drop down link. Reach out to me. Let's talk. If you're thinking about buying a home or selling a home, let's sit down and talk. There's no requirement, no commitment to work with me. Just a matter of sitting down talking, okay? Thank you for spending this time with me. And I love sharing this information with you. I don't necessarily like talking about myself, but I like sharing this information with you because South Tampa, Florida living is awesome.